how to join this conversation is on facebook.com/joinnewsontv, and on Twitter it's at joinnewsontv. Now, it's exactly 2 years since ace investigative journalist Anas Arimeya Anas brought to light the rot in the Judicial Service of Ghana. He exposed 180 officials of the Judicial Service, 34 of them judges, who were seen on camera taking bribes from litigants. Now, many are worried that the issue has not been dealt with the strictness it deserves. Well, 2 years down the line, we're asking you whether you think our judicial system has been cleaned up.
I don't think progress has been made at all, because a lot of mess have been covered up because of this kind of politicians. With this mess, if I tell you that we've been able to make a progress for some time now, no, I don't think we've been able to make a progress, because a lot of things have happened. People creating a lot of mess in the court. A lot of rulings which are very questionable and all that. But all these things, sometimes they overlook it, and the main things that we have to touch, we don't touch it. So,
well, I am not connected so much to the system, but I feel since Anas expose, everyone is careful to these issues. So I think that probably by all means, there has been some improvement. Yes, and then the new government would also want to, as it were, come out with certain measures that will make everyone, be careful about activities in the judiciary.
I don't see anything much, because the same thing that we've been hearing is the same thing that is going on from the past, and after the Anas story, I think nothing really haven't changed. We still see those things still in our...
All right, I can say about 2 years now, the corruption was too much and things were very bad. But now I can see that things are moving on well, and as now we haven't heard about those corruptions.
Well, many of your comments are on Facebook. Let's check them out. Israel.
Adnan Al-Hassan says, the fear of change and the inertia to change is evidently palpable across the social strata of Ghana, including the judiciary. The forces driving change have to be stronger than the forces resisting change. And as its expose on judicial corruption was monumental, but not enough to drum home the needed changes in the judiciary. The sluggish posture of the judiciary, coupled with the threat of criminal prosecution against Tiger Eye PI, even deflated everyone's morale. Change is possible, but the judiciary has to realize the compelling need for change. By Jeremiah says, yeah, our judiciary has been cleaned above average. As far as Adam and Eve's names are still in the Bible as the first people to commit sins, and we are their descendants, we can't 100% clean up the judiciary. Unless you play foul of the law, you will never appreciate, or unless you fall foul of the law, you will never appreciate the work of the judiciary. There have been tremendous improvements in the judicial systems in Ghana. Akanto then comes in and says, judiciary service can never be cleaned unless we stop rearing goats in Ghana. Oh, no.
And Forgive Suga says, I'm sure he's working on something. Yeah, definitely he's always working on something, but you didn't tell us what you think about this topic. Nisenya Joseph says, how they miss grass cutter and guinea fowl meat. And he says they are there imprisoning innocent people. The rich get away and the poor get jailed. And he says, and okay, and Yam says no, they're still taking the bribe. And James Abusanga writes, not yet, but I think the judicial system is now treading cautiously after the Anas expose. Desmond Oakley says, not at all. There are still some judges who are crooks. And German says, clean up for where? Apito. And Maxwell Falcon says, we live in a snail shell. Only the poor is victimized. Those are some of your comments on Facebook. And also, following a recent call by the CEO of the Ghana Standards Authority for Ghana to produce marijuana for exports, the Rastafari Council of Ghana is urging government to consider the call and legalize the plants. Now, similar calls have been made recently by former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan and former head of the Narcotics Control Board, Akrisi Sapong. But the Christian Council has kicked against the legalization of marijuana in Ghana. What's your take on this? Should marijuana be legalized or not?
Actually, not this time. We should not legalize it at this time.
Why?
I mean, they need to educate the people before. Whatever you do, you have to educate the people about it. Then they will see the negative side and then the positive side. Whatever we eat, whatever we drink, there is positive side and then the negative side. So you can't take, anything for granted.
I don't accept this. I don't accept this at all. No, marijuana. If you look around, look at the mess that marijuana is causing the youth. So if you tell me that we should legalize it, why should it? They are doing it. This is conflict of interest. They are doing it for their own interest. But if I tell you that they are doing this thing just because of the interest of the entire nation, then it will be a lie. Because look around, you will see that marijuana has caused a lot to the youth.
No.
Why?
I believe as a Christian, the faith that where I'm coming from, I think when we legalize it, it will bring a lot negative repercussions on the society, because most of the youth already they are abusing it, and it can cause madness. And also, when people take in this substance, they do a lot of things that affect the society. Armed robbers. I'm not saying all armed robbers are using it, but when you take it, you lose your mind.
You know, when it comes to this discussion, I mean, tempers can sometimes go high. But let's check out what you've been saying on Facebook.
Asum Tam says we haven't legalized it in Pune. We are ranked amongst the first 5 in the world, the whole world in marijuana use. Ghanaians would definitely abuse the holy herb. Or Ting says they just crashed the entire youth of Ghana with this kind of proposal. Christian Council should be our voice and protect us. God have mercy. Dan Anaxi says legalization of marijuana is madness and will get mad if it's legalized. If we make the mistake to legalize marijuana, the future of the youth will be endangered. By Jeremiah says, no, a very big no. If we make the mistake, everybody in the country will become mad. Oh, really? We'll abuse the purpose for which we legalize that crazy leaves. We should even stop discussions about it.
And some K Brooklyn says, ha, so we get counsel for everything in Ghana. Okay, how can I join Ghana Gossipers Council? Oh, well, we'll go and look for, we'll Google. And
he should start one.
And people will join. Bolga Anaba says, we is legal in the country because all the 10 regions, there are known places they sell weed. We are only deceiving ourselves. The police and the public know where they sell it across the country. And Mike Richlord says, legalize, educate them of the health benefits of marijuana. It has been done in some parts of the world. And Ibn Dazi says, very funny. Unfortunately, they cannot realize that they have failed. These are the very people who teach our corrupt politicians, armed robbers, prostitutes. I don't quite get your message. And James Abusanga says, legalizing marijuana in Ghana may be good, but we should be thinking of building more psychiatric hospitals because the harmful aspect of marijuana outweighs the good aspect. And National Nati says, no, those advocating for it, do they smoke the weed? Even it's illegal and people are getting mad. How much more when it is legalized? And those are some comments on Facebook. Now, finally, it's often said that money does everything, including making people happy. Now, amazingly, a new research has proven that to be wrong. According to the research conducted by the National Center for Social Research in Britain, I mean, it's tagged as one of the highest research centers in Britain. It says 2 things, sleep and sex, has the strongest association with a person's well-being and happiness? Question: do you agree with this research, and why?
Oh, nah. I be like, if you have money, you can get more sex and things, you see. So no need for you to have sex and you not earn money, you see. Yeah, so I don't agree to that.
No.
Why?
I believe you could be happy without having sex, and you could also be happy without having riches. But riches, we need it. Why do we need it? It's because of riches, out of riches, that we've been able to make what we see over here. This particular instrument, or whatever you call it, microphone, I believe we use money out of riches. Joy News, then you bought it. So I believe we need riches. But saying we should do away with riches and be sleeping and having sex, no.
No, because for you to enjoy a sexual life and kind of resting life, and that is as in sleeping. When you are rich, at least you can enjoy those leisures. So if you are rich, you have the gas, you can rest, anytime you want, and at least have sex however you want. As far as you are the sex age.
With such ideology, because having sex was not all. When you have, after finishing having sex, you see that you become weak within, and you even doubt, oh, why did I even go into such thing? So I think if you have to look for God, rather, that would be much happier than having sex or thinking about riches.
Very interesting comments there, but I'm assuring you that there are more interesting comments on Facebook. You want to hear them.
Napoleon Lochu says, after sex you sleep, the next you're broke and hungry. Money first. Why? William says, no money. I don't think I will even have an erection. Inshiraba says, sex relaxes the muscles and gives body sweetness, while sleep replenishes the body when weary. So it's in the right direction. Jay says, they should have given me that money they use for the research, rather. Kelvin says, I somehow agree with him, just with some points to back up. Israel, we're waiting for your birthday. Why? Oh, really?
It's going to be big.
Michael Asari says, money is not everything, but everything needs money, so they should do the research again.
And so Kai Isaac says, money is strength, happiness, love, and everything. Even at church, look at what money can do. And David Innocent says, watching your news live. Right, thanks for watching, David Innocent.
But I don't have your thoughts, Aisha.
Certainly, money should come in somewhere. I mean, just...
Yeah, money should come in. But the research essentially is saying that, the research is not saying that money won't bring you happiness. They're saying that the two things that's guaranteed
happiness.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that it's a yes and no, because there are people who acquire riches and are not happy. Others acquire riches and are happy. Because I'm telling you, when people are broke, I bet you sometimes you don't even feel like having sex. You even have sleepless nights.
So we shouldn't be looking at it as in people being broke.
Okay.
So without being broke, sleep and sex will make you
brings
happy.
Total happiness. Yeah, they didn't have a point there, yeah. But I mean, I think individually there could be other things that bring happiness to people. Yeah, sure.